Hi guys, how are you? Yes, I'm very well, thank you. Very well indeed. I'm Robin, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now in this video, I've got another brand battle, and this one is Mr. Pompadour up against Pete and Pedro. I've got both their clays, I'm going to be putting them head to head, and I'm also going to be asking, are these just the same product, but with different packaging? Now for those of you that are new to Brand Battle, where have you been? But welcome, this is Brand Battle. I'm going to be taking several different factors and talking about them and each of the products. So guys, I've got the product, I'm going to go into the ingredients in this one. I'm also going to talk about the packaging, the smell, the consistency, the ease of application, the styling, the finish, the price, and then finally guys, the verdict. Now if you're new to my channel, then please do press subscribe right now, hit that button. We are so close. I say so close every time, but this time we are so close to 100,000 subscribers. So click it. So the two products I've got are both clay products, and they are by Pete and Pedro and Mr. Pompadour. Now I didn't know anything about these two brands before I really became part of the YouTube world, and they're kind of everywhere on YouTube. The first one is the Mr. Pompadour, made by two guys in the US, and it's Zach and Matt. I've been on email with Zach. And also the Pete and Pedro product, which is fronted by, or it is the product of Aaron Marino, who is Alpha M. Now looking at ingredients is when it starts to get really interesting. Now these two products were flagged to me back in August by Mike Smith from The Modern Man. He'd taken a whole load of different products and put the ingredients lists in a row and then compared them. When I looked at it, I did see that actually these two ones, the clay by these two brands, have exactly the same formulation, exactly the same ingredients. So I took the full string of ingredients, popped it onto Google, and I found that there were actually other products that were coming up with exactly the same ingredients. I also found a lab which created exactly the same ingredient formulation. Maybe not the same product, maybe they don't get it from there, I don't know. I did actually contact both brands to see what they were saying about this. So I contacted Pete and Pedro and I had a really good chat with a guy called Paul. I said, just to check, is the product made by the same lab or formulated by the same lab as the Mr. Pompadour, blah 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 blah. He said, not the ones I'm having manufactured in the UK. So I then got on the phone with him and I said, okay, you said not in the UK, but do you know if these are the same in the US? He said he was unable to get a hold of the pure formulation in order to make them in the UK, so he couldn't say for sure. Now, the Mr. Pompadour ones were much the same. He said, I can't speak for Pete and Pedro because we've not tried his products. In addition, our products are manufactured specifically for Mr. Pompadour. Unfortunately, we won't be sharing the information of our manufacturer with you. That's absolutely fine. You are a brand, you are creating a product, you're not going to share that with me. So both brands didn't say yes or no if they were exactly the same. But guys, for the next few things, we're going to see if these products are, spoiler alert, these products are essentially the same. Looking at packaging, this is probably what I would say is the only thing that differentiates these two products. Pete and Pedro is in a plastic tub with this sort of black lid on the top. It is made from 100% recycled plastic, thumbs up. However, this feels super cheap, and I said this to Paul on the phone. I hate this packaging. I think it feels really cheap. And when you're putting it up against this, which is this hefty old jar from Mr. Pompadour, super heavy, really nice frosted glass with a sort of metallic blue lid, it's very easy to give the point to Mr. Pompadour. Now for me, both products smell exactly the same. They are lightly scented, not really overpowering, but you've got this sort of light citrusy scent, and then you've got a slight waxiness to it, which I think comes from that beeswax. So really the point for smell, what do we do? Do we give one to each, or do we like hold it off? Because they smell exactly the same. Let's give a point to each. For consistency, the Mr. Pompadour is nice and light. It's quite creamy to the touch, and it's not really that sort of traditional clay style of being quite hard, so it's nice and soft. Then the Pete and Pedro is exactly the same. It's exactly the same, guys. It feels the same, it looks the same, and it's got exactly the same consistency. So again, the point for consistency goes to both of them. For ease of application, I really like how easily these both obviously went into the hair. I just sort of warmed it up into my hands and worked right through, back to front, root to tip, and it was very, very easy compared to other clay products which are slightly harder. So for the point for it, this is getting to be a joke. So the point for ease of application goes to both of them. Now for styling, I did exactly the same with both of them. I applied to clean and towel dried hair, and I've gone for this kind of pomp style. So I've worked it right through the hair. I've then got a hairdryer to build the volume, got a brush to give even more structure to it, and I kind of finished a little bit more product just as I finish. I actually do really like the way that this styles. I think it's really easy to use, and I like the style that you can get. So the point for styling goes to both of them. Now for finish, the Mr. Pompadour one, this one, says define and texture, matte finish, versus the Pete Pedro one, which actually says medium hold, no shine, highly awesome. Now for both of these on separate occasions, I have tried with slightly damp hair and then worked with the hairdryer, and actually these products do lock in a bit of shine if you have slightly damp hair at the time. The medium hold is bang on again. It gives quite good hold, especially if you've got shorter hair, then either of these products will be quite good for you. If you've got slightly longer hair, then you might need a hairspray or something if you just want to really lock it into place. So the points for finish, finish, both of them a point. Okay guys, if you thought that you knew what the answers were going to be, this is where it starts to change. Now price, Mr. Pompadour in the UK, £15.80. Now when you go to then buy it, it switches into US dollars and you've got a $9.99 postage. This comes out at $24.49 total, which current exchange value, £19.82. If you're in the US, it's $19.50 with a $2.90 postage, which gives you a $22.49. Versus Pete Pedro in the UK, £14.99 with a $3.30 postage and packaging, which gives you an £18.29 total. In the US, it's $19 with a $5 flat rate postage and packaging, which gives you $24 total. So your cheaper one is Pete Pedro for the UK. US, if you're in the US, your cheapest one is Mr. Pompadour. So US, Mr. Pompadour gets the point, UK, Pete Pedro gets the point. Okay, the verdict. The verdict is totally useless in this one. It's useless because really the only thing that is different on this is depending on where you live, UK, US, or somewhere else in Europe or Asia, you can go to the sites and see how much they are for yourself. And also the packaging, that's the only thing that's different. When it comes down to the product, I honestly think that these are the same product. I know the brands haven't confirmed or denied, and I am totally open for them to get back to me and say if they are the same products, that's totally fine. But guys, this is not a witch hunt. It actually doesn't matter that they're the same product. What matters actually is that they actually are very good. I really, really like them. I like the hold that it gives, I like the finish that it gives, I like the texture, I like it's got a bit of movement to it. I also like that if you style with slightly damp hair, you can lock in a little bit of a gloss to it. And I think they're actually pretty good. Also for the price point for each of them. They're kind of middle of the road, middle market, and I think they do what they should do. So well done to whoever created these two products. I like them. It's actually very interesting in this whole brand battle that I've done, that what is key in these is marketing. You know, you've got one which I think is a great looking jar versus one which I don't. You've then got it fronted by one guy who is very charismatic, has got a great YouTube following and can clearly sell this product, which, you know, in its own will sell itself because it is a great product, versus two guys who have got a passion for creating things, which I really, really like. So guys, that is that. If you're new to my channel, then please do press subscribe now. We are so close, so close to 100,000. And also I'm gonna link another little video for you to watch right now. But guys, I'm gonna see you in my next new video, which will be Thursday. Bye bye.